Weird films or books or music, I'm fairly drawn to that because I like the unnatural. I like things that are just out there and different. And I love movies or shows that truly do something different and make the viewer as uncomfortable as possible. Now, weird can mean a lot of things. Normally, it just means not natural. It doesn't naturally follow the flow of a regular film, or it could be the plot. The acting makes you feel uncomfortable, the characters are just weird, or even just certain scenes out of a movie that make the entire movie weird. I love things like that, and that's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. First up, I have a movie called The Taking of Deborah Logan. Now, basically some simple plot things in this movie. You obviously have Deborah. She's an elderly woman that has Alzheimer's, so she's losing her memory. So this film crew wants to document her disease and see how it affects a person. So they come in and start filming her in her life. So obviously Deborah is acting very strange, but more strange than a person with Alzheimer's would act. Like, she isn't just naturally forgetting normal things. She's being creepy. Like, I'm talking, she's walking around at night, creeping around. She digs in the dirt, and doesn't respond to people. And she even, claws her, skin off. It's really weird, man. But I love it. I love how unnatural it is. Like, if I were there, me personally, soon as the first sign happens, I'm out. But watching it through, a lens, beautiful movie, bro. I love how creepy and weird it is. So the crew is getting creeped out by Deborah. So eventually they stop kind of filming her in her face, and they just put cameras around the house. And at night they're watching Deborah on the cameras, and Deborah's acting weird, man. Like, she's speaking a different language, she's drawing weird stuff, and she's teleporting. I'm talking, she's on some creepy stuff. And me personally, like I said again, I'm out of there as soon as anything of that nature happens. But I digress. And basically the other language that Deborah was speaking was French. And Deborah never spoke French. She's an American woman. She's normal, right? So when they translate it, she's talking to like about sacrifices and murder and stuff. And eventually they link her French to some other French dude that killed a bunch of girls and ate them, and really creepy stuff all around. So basically the French dude that killed all the people before, he is now trying to come back. Well, he died, duh. And he's trying to come back and possess Deborah and finish whatever ritual he was trying to do. I'm doing this off of memory, please forgive me. But Deborah eventually gets so bad that they have to move her into a hospital. Now keep in mind, throughout this entire thing, Deborah is being extremely creepy. The atmosphere of the movie is really weird. The crew is creeped out by Deborah, so she has to get hospitalized because of how bad and freaky things are getting. Love it. So weird, so beautiful. And Deborah's really messed up. She's begging to get murdered. She doesn't want to be in her body anymore. She's so sick of all of this. She's just out of her mind, and things are really scary. I love it. So eventually Deborah breaks out of the hospital she was in, and she abducts this young girl that was there. I think the young girl had cancer, unfortunately, and she just takes off with her. So they go looking for her, and they go to the mines, and they find her there with the little girl that was that Deborah took. And when they get there, this is my favorite scene of the entire movie. Deborah is straight throat goating this little girl's head. Major pause. Her mouth is unhinged. She's swallowing the little girl whole. When I say it's one of the most creepy and weird scenes I've seen, I love it so much. Hopefully I can put it in a thumbnail, but I probably won't be able to because it's kind of gory. But bro, movies that are strange, I love them. This is so cool. Is this plot not amazing to any of y'all? It's basically a summary because I'm telling you how weird the atmosphere is, and you should really go watch the movie. It's so good. Move right along to the next. The next weird film I have is called Creep, and the whole atmosphere of this film is strange from the tip to the end of the shaft. It's so odd the entire time, and it's just a weird guy and a stupid guy in the movie, and that's basically the only two characters, and they do so much with these two characters though. So basically there's this dude named Aaron, and he's trying to get more money. So he sees this site that is promoting someone to come film every day for a while, and they get $1,000 per day. So Aaron's like, okay, where can I sign up? And he goes down there to a remote cabin. So Aaron gets there, and he finds this dude named Joseph, and Joseph tells Aaron the entire reason he's here is because Joseph has cancer, and he's trying to film his final moment so he can kind of raise his son from the raise his son after he dies, because he has a baby on the way, right? And he's like, I just want my son to know who I am, see my face, see my smile, and etc., etc. It's kind of sad, but it's also very sweet. Now, the next scene, the first scene that Aaron shoots with Joseph, me personally, I'm out of there by then because Joseph wants Aaron to take a video of him in the bathtub so he could pretend like his son is there and pretend like he's bathing his son and etc. etc. Me personally, you're a grown ass man, get you a tripod, set up your own camera and pretend that your son is there. Why do you need me for that? I'm leaving after that because it's already weird. You know what I'm saying? And Joseph's just a weird guy. And after that, after all that weird stuff, Joseph brings Aaron back out and he shows him this mask that he has and he calls the mask Peach Fuzz and it's a wolf mask. Me personally, if I still stayed there after that, I'm making sure I have some type of service weapon or sidearm on my hip. I'm not going to be around this creepy dude that allegedly has cancer and a son without some type of weapon to protect myself. So he shows him the mask and eventually Joseph starts acting really weird, bro. So eventually Aaron and Joseph go back to their cabin, well, Joseph's cabin, and Joseph hid Aaron's keys so Aaron couldn't be able to leave. And eventually Aaron gets Joseph's phone and calls his wife Angela. Joseph's wife's name is Angela. And when he talks to Angela, Angela's like, "What? Joseph is my brother. Something's severely wrong with him. He has like she said, he has some type of mental disorder." So Joseph made up the entire thing about the kid and having cancer and etc. etc. And after that, Joseph gets found out and Aaron confronts him. And Joseph wakes up, right? And he gets in front of the door and starts being extremely freaky and extremely weird. And he starts rubbing his body on the door. You cannot see me right now, but I'm doing the exact same thing he's doing in the movie. And eventually Aaron's able to get out of there, but after that he starts getting weird messages and mail from Joseph with like wolf plushies and all of that, and Joseph knows where Aaron lives. And eventually Joseph starts breaking into Aaron's house and watching him and recording him while he sleeps. And eventually Joseph leaves Aaron some type of little note that's basically saying we should meet up at this park and make amends and I apologize for everything. So Aaron goes to the park, sits down, and he's watching the water, waiting on Joseph to get there. Joseph comes up behind Aaron and plants a axe in his skull, and that is the end of that movie. Wonderfully weird movie, so weird the entire time. I love all of that. It's so cool. Moving right along to the last one. So basically in this movie, there are two children that take a 5-day trip to go visit their grandparents while their mother is on a cruise. And then it just gets weirder and weirder from there. So the kids hadn't seen their grandparents in a long time, or maybe ever. So when they got there, they wanted to film everything. So it's like a found footage film. So they filmed meeting their grandparents and all of that. So basically they get there, their grandparents are pretty cool, and their grandparents say never go into the basement because there's mold down there, it can make them sick, and also never come out of their rooms after like 9:30 because they sleep and they probably getting freaky. So eventually, like, these grandparents start acting very weird. Like one time the little girl goes downstairs and sees her grandmother throwing up everywhere. There's another scene where they're like playing hide and seek in a crawl space and their grandmother starts very creepily like chasing after them, and they find a lot of weird like soiled diapers and stuff, and they're just really erratic old people. And their grandma runs around the house naked sometimes, and one time they walked in on the granddad putting a let's say a yeah, I'm just gonna say it. He's putting a gun in his mouth in the shed and like just holding it there, and like it's so weird with these two. So eventually they call their mother because things are getting weird on the computer, and they're like, "Hey, can you come get us? Because our grandparents are acting very weird." So they show their granddad on the camera, and they start back talking to their mom, and their mom was like, "Those are not your grandparents. Y'all need to leave right now." You know, so it was really, they're acting creepy because they were literal strangers to these children. It's so beautiful. I love it. It's so odd. So eventually, like, Becca, well, not Becca, I think that's her name, Becca, and the little boy name is Tyler or whatever. So she sneaks off to the basement or whatever after they got done playing some type of weird board game, and she sees a bunch, like, their dead bodies of their real grandparents in the basement. So these strangers are basically just being doppelgangers. Not even doppelgangers, they look nothing alike, but they just killed their grandparents and now they're pretending to be Tyler and Becca's grandparents, and those are the boy and the girl. I never said their names before. So basically they see psychiatric uniforms and all of that. So what that says is these grandparents are actually psychiatric patients that escaped from the hospital, killed their grandparents, and now are pretending to be their grandparents. So once again, the old people escaped, killed Becca and Tyler's real grandparents, and are now taking their place. So a fight ensues and the kids win, and kill the evil grandparents, and their mother comes and picks them up, and the cops show up and everything. And life is good from there on. But I love the creepy atmosphere of the movie. The tone is so weird the entire time. Like, it's like you just think that they're old senile grandparents, but the whole time they're literal psychiatric patients that generally do not have all their screws in the shed, and they're just weird people. And I love how odd it was the entire time. Creepy weird movies are the best genre ever. If y'all like videos like this, please let me know. I know my summary skills are extremely elite, and you love to hear my beautiful voice on this microphone. I love every single one of y'all. I'll see y'all very, very soon. I had to take my midterm online for my classes, so I don't know if I'll upload this video tonight or not. I love every single one of y'all.